Well, this is probably the best setup I can get to, but again, I've basically had to burn through my whole deck. We'll go through the statistics after the match is over, right? But we have, all Evos set up. We have all Steel Soul so that we can benefit from all their effects. We have Hyper Scrapper. This is the big one, right? So that we can, well, actually no, because we don't have the Hyper Drivers, because I cut that. I completely forgot about that. I mean, we can banish Evos from our graveyard and play them. Is that worth it? Probably not. Either way, all blue. Right, so we have Singularity in the arsenal. We play Singularity. We can pitch 6. Right, we're all blue, so it's exact. Done. Nothing else we need to do. You'd probably want... Could you do instant speed into another chest? You could probably do instant speed into another chest. Right, no, it'd be 7. No, you'd only have 6. Never mind. Right, but we have 6 resources. We have 2 action points. Right, so perfect off of having the chest, the Steel Soul chest and the Steel Soul legs. We can swing twice with our Teklovossen. The issue is, at this point, is, well, we don't really have the cards to continuously do that. Right, so we have a decent chunk. We can also replay Evos, so if you do somehow manage to hold on to Fabricate, you can try and go for the re-equip. Oh, that is nightmarish, right? So you probably just get rid of the chests. Why not? Right, with the idea that we Fabricate. But we can push for massive 6 damage, banish 1 card, right? And then we can do it again. Fantastic. Again, banish, doesn't really matter. They'll do. Another 6. Done. And then pitch zone, well, we just want to draw back in blue. Again, we're not going to last too long. And into our arsenal doesn't really matter either, right? Because at this point, what do? Just every turn we swing once. Because there's not a great setup, right? I don't know. I don't know what it wants me to do. Like, you need some way to generate action points, get into equipment. You can swing twice. So your big ultimate play is play Singularity off of Steel Soul chest, Steel Soul legs, and then just swing for 12 damage. In Classic Constructed, that's not gonna get the job done. In Blitz, sure, maybe. Again, the setup though is just atrocious to try and get this done. And then all we're doing is basically defending, pass, pitch 1 to attack for 6. And then slowly we deplete our... I mean, you'd probably go boost into boost into boost. But again, we're at the end of the rope, right? So there's not really much for us to do. Let's look at the statistics though, because this is the... So don't worry about the time. Right, total damage threatened, 22. Total damage dealt, 22. Is there... Can we see total damage received? Switch play stats, there we go. It's not going to tell me, damn. I mean, it doesn't really matter because they're using that little horn. But, yeah, block. Huge amount of block through the deck. Right? I'm trying to do it in blue heavy boosting so we can get the Evos into our banish zone so that we can play them. Again, it's not horrible. I mean, how many turns can I see how many turns in total? I guess not, right? Oh, yes, 13. 13 turns to cycle through the whole deck. That's actually not too bad, right? Again, basically, all you're doing is either playing an Evo or defending. And you're pretty golden on the defense, right? Again, if you use your whole hand, I mean, you have to keep 2 cards at least to play an Evo. Sometimes even more than that. But then you can use the Evos to defend as well. You have a decent amount of block. Is it going to be enough? Probably not, no. Especially if you're not pressuring and you're just letting them maintain their whole hand. I can't see this really being competitive. And I can't also see, the gimmicky way to get the job done. Right? This is probably the best bet I could think up. Again, the whole idea is you're either boosting to banish or you're blocking with the Evos and then using scrap to get them into your banish zone so that then you can play them with Teklovossen's ability. Paying 3 to play 1 as instant is horrible, right? Again, off of the Evos that you want to play. Having the other equipment doesn't really matter, because you can only get 1 of them. You can flood your deck with them, but then what do? Right? And then also, again, to go into Singularity, you want the Steel Soul equipment, right? Because you want to gain the benefits of these abilities. But at the same time, this is nowhere near strong enough to get the job done, right? Getting 6 resources and the ability to swing twice is not great, right? So you're swinging twice for 12, opponent discards 2, that's fine. They will probably defend as well, so they go into a turn of not being able to attack, that's good, right? But then what happens on the next turn? You just swing again for 6. And you can only do it once because you don't really have a way to chain stuff together unless you're attacking with your other cards, right? Because that's the whole idea is you acknowledge attack action cards go again. But there is no point at the game where I think you can comfortably bring him out and then have that go off effectively to be able to then utilize all the cards you have left, because you have hardly any cards left. I mean, even in the scenario where, you play this in Classic Constructed, you draw into Singularity. Well, most likely you're going to pitch it, so it's going to go to the bottom of your deck, right? So now you're a good chunk of cards away from actually being able to utilize it again. Had it been an Evo, had it been, able for you to put in your banish zone and sit on it and wait, right? I think it would have been completely fine. But instead, we get a really, really slow card that will never be applicable to the meta, right? From my opinion, again, I would love to be proven wrong, right? Because I like these gimmicky style decks. But anyway, let's just go through the deck, why don't we, right, in this finished form, because I do think this is probably the best that I can get it, right? Where you want to go from here, go nuts. But basically, again, we're running one set of the Sentry so that we can proc the effects of the Steel Soul, and that is really important too, to go Sentry into Steel Soul so that you can gain the resource, you can gain the action points to then try and pump out more equipment. But ideally, you do just want to get a full set of the Steel Soul, primarily the chest and the legs. They're the big thing. The draw, it's useful, sure, being able to get 5 cards your second turn as the Necropotent. But again, what are you going to do with that? You can go for 1 lengthy chain, but I doubt you'll be able to finish the job, right? Again, swing for 18 is good, discard 2. Again, in Blitz, more applicable. Class Constructed, you won't be able to pressure enough damage. The arms, I didn't even read the arms. You may put an attack action card with 6 from your graveyard to your deck, 5th from the top. Okay, so the idea is that, again, they benefit off having the full set, right? Because this allows you to then draw to that 5th card. So the idea is, on your first round, right, you get to swing twice as the Necropotent. You get to do 12 damage, discard 2 cards, right? It's fine. It's okay. Again, there's easier ways to do 12 damage with Mechanologist, right? And there's easier ways to do more than 12 damage and therefore pressure your opponent into getting rid of 2 cards than use this guy. But if you can get the full set, you can then recycle a card, right? You probably go. So there's a problem. You just go for boost cards, but the best play would obviously be like boost, twin drive. So some card with boost, twin drive, and then maximum velocity into your punch, right? But is that strong enough? You can get 2 cards. They go 5th and 6th, right? Because I doubt you put it under, you put it on top. Yeah, because it's a 5th card. So you can't draw into both anyway, even though you're doubling its effect. Should have been 4th from the top, right? That seems really stupid to me now that it's 5th from the top, because again, you don't get the benefit from it. But if it was 4th from the top, you'd be able to synergize with the Steel Soul memory. Yeah. And then you could then go, you make sure you put a twin drive there and you put a maximum velocity. And then you finish his twin drive. You still need 1 other boost card, maximum velocity, into Singularity, into punching. And I think that would probably be enough damage to pressure it in Blitz. But then at the same time, you're no longer running blue. You want to run blue because all of these cost a ton, right? Even if you're running yellow, you now need 2 cards. I mean, you can run yellow because you need 2 cards. But the concept I was going for, right, is blue, because then you can try and go into Steel Soul into other stuff, right, make up the difference. But I do see the rationale for just doing yellow, but I believe Twin Drive and Maximum Velocity are both red, which then goes against the angle. I mean, you can counterbalance them with blue, so that's fine, right? But then they cost some sales. Just, I don't know. That's obviously the go, is Maximum Velocity and Twin Drive. You need 4, you then need 3, and you still need 1 other card. So there's no way you can play all of them on your final turn, right? It's almost like these 2 pieces and these 2 pieces, they want different things, and they don't synergize well. Anyway, the core concept, right? Play Sentry, play Steel Soul, get the benefit, play more equipment, either boost or block with your Evos to get them to the graveyard. If they're in your graveyard, then you want to scrap them. Hyper Scrapper should go, right? Grinding Gears is only there because I want more items to be able to land scrap, because scrap compactor is nice, right? When it attacks, if it is scrapped, so not when it hits, you may play your next Evo this turn as though it were instant, and then through Teklovossen's ability, you can obviously play them from your banish zone, so it is super powerful because you can bypass his pay 3, right? Which means that you can essentially turn the red and yellow into the resources it would normally take, right? But then you also get the advantage of putting one of your Evos from your graveyard into your banish zone. So that's the upside for that play. Then Scrap Trader, generate resources so that you can play more Evos. But yeah, the finisher, I can't conceptualize what would really work. Again, Maximum Velocity and Twin Drive being the best bets, and then just running, zero cost boosts to again get them. Get rid of Grinding Gears, that's useless. Right? Yeah, so this would probably be what I'd go with. Again, the Gorgarian Tome just to minus the card total. Singularity, one of, detrimental. Again, no way to play it out of any other zones. Detrimental. Am I missing something? Is there a way to get it back from the graveyard? Because I'm pretty sure everything I've looked at is just attack actions, right? Not normal actions. Ooh, yeah. Close as yeah. I'm tired. This is as close as I can get it, right? I'll put it in the description. See if you want to play around with it. Simple lines. Again, you're just turtling, right? You're either blocking with the Evos on board or from your hand. You're then scrapping them to get them into the banish zone, or you're just trying to go for the boosts to get them into the banish zone. You're then playing as many as possible every turn. And yeah, your concept is just play Evos, defend. Play Evos, defend. Play Evos, defend. Play Evos, defend. And eventually, 13 turns later, you'll burn through your deck. And then you go into Singularity. And then you return Twin Drive, Maximum Velocity. For your second turn, you swing twice off of the Steel Soul. It's not horrible. I'll try and set that up for you. I'll set up the ideal finisher, and we'll see how it feels. Oh god. So late, I took out the blue versions of the boost cards, right? Rationalizing that it's still 2 cards to pitch into any of the Steel Soul. But yeah, that makes it 3 cards to pitch into Singularity. So you definitely want to run blues. We can try to salvage this, right? If I play the Steel Soul. This will get us intellect, right? So we can pitch both of them, keep the maximum velocity and the singularity. Also, playing maximum velocity is also a lot harder than what I was thinking to get 3 of them, but we'll see. But we should draw, yeah, they're blue, so they'll do. So we block with our gear, right? We don't actually have to take any damage. It's the good part. Done. Did I get my intellect? Did I? I didn't draw 5. I only draw to 4. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It's fine. Right, we can play Steel Soul. Sorry, we can play Singularity off of the Steel Soul and the Steel Soul Tower. Right, so that's 6. Good. Transform. Awesome. We have 16 cards to utilize, right? We swing twice off of our resources. It doesn't matter what we get rid of. Just get rid of whatever. Cool, so that's 6, discard 1. It's alright. That was also the wrong click. Swing again. Again, doesn't really matter what you get rid of. Submit. So we did 12, made them discard 2. But now this is the big thing that we hope is we go into a big turn. Okay, so pitch zone, done. Interestingly, it obviously did not proc the gloves, right? There's no way for me to see them either. But we just defend. We still have 1, 2, we have 3 boosts anyway to go into maximum velocity. But then we have go again because of the proc, right? So then this is the almighty finisher that you'd go for, right? You go boost. Yes. Into boost. In fact, you don't even have to boost them. Well, actually, no, you do have to boost them. Yeah, only if you've boosted 3 or more. So maybe you don't go for maximum velocity, so you don't continue to burn cards, right? But we'll do it. Boost, pass. Then we can play maximum velocity. But guess what? We have hardly any cards to pitch. So, right, we can play maximum velocity, and that's great. It's a decent chunk of damage, but we won't be able to swing with Teklo. Macropotent. God, just this setup, right? So we did a ton of damage, that's fine. Again, there are so many easier ways to accomplish this. Even just the normal maximum velocity chain is significantly better. If you wanna go for this, right? I'm pretty sure this has to be the best setup, just because of the turtle power, right? Again, you're either defending with the evos from hand or on board, and then going with scrap compactor to get them into your banish zone, right? So you have so much block available. You have no arcane protection though, right? So that matchup's just a loss. Yeah, I think it works. Just cut out the yellows, back to blues. Right, I'm going to cut out maximum velocity, and we're just going to go with low-cost boost cards. And then the general idea is, at the end of it, you're just stringing together whatever attacks you have into you swinging, which is still not that great, right? Because you still need the 3 to pitch for you to swing. So with 5 cards, right, no action point generation, you can swing once and then play 4 cards, right? And they're probably going to be low attack, because again, if you take anything that requires pitching, well, you're just shooting yourself in the foot, so to speak. Well, you can't, and that's the other thing, you can't even swing with Necropotent first to force your opponent to discard a card to make landing your other attacks easier. So, yeah, I don't know. Once per turn kind of defeats purpose. Again, I want to go for system reset action points, but then Teklovossen just has the worst item economy, right? It just has no way to generate enough items to make system reset. Max has his own hyperdrivers to make system reset work. Obviously, Data Doll has just an endless stream of items. The other both dashes have just an easier time putting items in play for you to use your system reset. So yeah, I don't know. I'll fix up the deck and I'll put it in the description. Give it a go, tweak it a bit. Scrap Compactor is definitely the way to go, just because it makes it instant to play the evos from your banish zone, which is super good, right? Because then you don't have to go through the hurdle of paying for 3. Paying for 3 is really the killer, right? This plus the high cost is just no good, right? 7. So it's 3 cards running blue, and that is just insane, right? I really don't see the circumstances in which this is a valid hero ability to use. In Class Constructed, sure, right? Because you've got a bit more time. In Blitz, it is just painfully slow. And there's just, again, better things. That's the whole big concept. There are better things you can do with the same amount of resources. So why would you try, right? Because again, Flesh and Blood is a highly strategic game, highly competitive game. And yeah, in the competitive scene, right? Overbalancing, overtuning stuff like this is just detrimental. Because it won't see actual play in, again, the big pinnacle point of Flesh and Blood. Which is sad, because it's such a beautiful card. Anyway, hope you enjoyed. Ooh. Maybe I'll think of something. Maybe you guys will think of something. Let me know. See ya.